The sun rose over the misty peaks of the Karadan Mountains, illuminating the ancient fortress of Eldoria, long abandoned yet standing as a testament to kingdoms that had risen and fallen centuries ago. Liora Vale, a young historian from the city of Calderine, had spent years studying the legends of Eldoria, particularly the tale of the crown of forgotten King Zarelic, said to hold the wisdom and authority of every ruler who had once governed the land. To scholars, it was myth. To Liora, it was a challenge she could not resist. Her journey began at dawn, with a small caravan of guides and scholars accompanying her through treacherous passes and dense forests. The locals warned her of the mountain's dangers, speaking of avalanches, hidden cliffs, and animals no human had encountered in generations. But Liora's determination was unwavering. Every step forward felt as though the mountains themselves were testing her resolve. Each dawn brought a new landscape of jagged cliffs, cascading waterfalls, and forests that whispered secrets of the past. Days turned into weeks, and the expedition faced mounting difficulties. Supplies dwindled, and the weather became unpredictable. Torrential rains turned paths into rivers, and sudden snowstorms froze trails that had been navigable just hours earlier. Yet Liora pressed on, driven by a vision that had haunted her since childhood. An image of a crown suspended atop a pedestal, shimmering with an ethereal glow, surrounded by the faces of kings long gone. It was during one particularly harsh storm that they stumbled upon the first signs of Eldoria. Broken stone walls covered in moss, crumbled towers, and intricate carvings depicting battles, coronations, and alliances. Liora ran her fingers over the engravings, feeling a connection not only to the kings who once ruled, but to her own lineage. There were hints that her ancestors had served these rulers, perhaps even guided them in secret. The revelation strengthened her resolve. Within the fortress, the group faced more than natural obstacles. Hidden traps, designed to protect the crown, challenged every skill they possessed. Narrow corridors that collapsed under weight, puzzles engraved in stone requiring knowledge of ancient languages, and mechanisms that tested both logic and courage forced the expedition to work as a cohesive unit. Tensions rose as disagreements surfaced, particularly with Darien, a rival historian who had joined the expedition in secret, hoping to claim the crown for himself. Darien's ambition clashed with Liora's integrity, leading to heated arguments and near mutiny within the group. One night, as the group camped in the ruins of what appeared to be a great hall, Liora wandered alone to study inscriptions on the walls. A flicker of movement caught her eye. The shadow of a man, or perhaps a trick of the stormy moonlight. Heart pounding, she realized Darien had followed her, intent on sabotaging her progress. Before she could react, he lunged for a hidden lever in the wall, activating a trap that sent a heavy stone sliding toward her. Liora narrowly avoided it, but the noise awoke the rest of the team. Confronted, Darien confessed that he had sought the crown not for historical study but for personal gain, intending to use it to leverage power in political circles. Despite the betrayal, Liora did not falter. She redirected the team, using her knowledge of the fortress from her research to bypass traps and lead them to the heart of it. The path was treacherous, requiring crossing a chasm on a rope bridge, swaying over a canyon, navigating a labyrinth of stone corridors, and deciphering cryptic inscriptions that described the virtues a ruler must possess to claim the crown. It was here that Liora realized the true purpose of the crown, not as a symbol of power, but as a test of wisdom, courage, and moral fortitude. Finally, after days of relentless struggle, the expedition reached the inner sanctum. The chamber was vast, with vaulted ceilings carved from the mountain itself. At the center stood the pedestal, and upon it rested the crown, gleaming with a brilliance that seemed almost alive. Liora approached cautiously, recalling the lessons from the inscriptions. A ruler's strength is measured not in wealth or armies, but in the decisions made for the good of the people. She reached out, and as her fingers brushed the crown, a vision overwhelmed her. Images of kings making choices that shaped kingdoms, some wisely, others disastrously, all weighing upon her consciousness. The final test was not physical but moral. Liora was shown a vision of Darien, claiming the crown and using it to manipulate the kingdom, causing suffering and chaos. At the same time, she saw herself lifting the crown and returning with knowledge to rebuild her own city, using wisdom to guide future generations. The choice was hers. Take the crown for her personal prestige, or accept its burden with the responsibility it demanded. Without hesitation, she grasped the crown and placed it upon her head, not for fame, but to honor the wisdom it represented and to carry the legacy of those who had ruled before her. As she did, the chamber seemed to respond. Light flooded the room, revealing hidden murals depicting the lineage of all rulers who had come before, their faces proud yet benevolent. Liora understood that the crown had chosen her not for ambition, but for character. Their fortress, once silent and forgotten, now felt alive, as if acknowledging her worthiness. Darian, confronted with the consequences of his greed, realized the futility of his pursuit and, in silence, turned back, leaving Liora to fulfill the destiny she had earned. Emerging from Eldoria, the mountains no longer seemed forbidding but sacred. Liora returned to Calderon, the crown safely hidden, yet her understanding of history immeasurably enriched. She shared the lessons she had learned, inspiring scholars, rulers, and citizens alike. The story of the crown became not a legend of wealth or dominance, but a tale of courage, wisdom, and integrative proof. But the true treasure of any civilization is the knowledge and virtue passed from one generation to the next. And though Eldoria would remain hidden to most, Liora knew that somewhere atop the peaks the crown had forgotten. Kings waited for those whose hearts were prepared, teaching that greatness is earned not through ambition alone, but through the choices we make when no one is watching.